Destinations that you cannot travel to without COVID-19 health insurance. Welcome to Travelopedia, family. We've had a lot of questions about countries that require health insurance and steps you need to follow before flying. So, here's the most up-to-date list and requirements. We also have some tips for you along the way to make life easier while you hop on that flight to your next destination. If you're hoping to get some new stamps in your passport, here's what you need to know. First, let's take a look at some of the destinations and their health insurance requirements. In Anguilla, all visitors must show proof that they have health insurance that covers COVID-19 medical expenses, while in Aruba, incoming visitors must purchase COVID-19 travel insurance from the Aruba government. Your own travel insurance can supplement Aruba visitors' insurance, but it cannot replace it. In the Bahamas, all international visitors age 18 and older are required to get a Bahamas travel health visa. The cost of COVID-19 health insurance is included with the cost of the visa and includes trip interruption coverage of $500 per day to a maximum of $7,000 and COVID-19 emergency medical expenses up to $50,000. The cost of the visa varies for vaccinated and unvaccinated travelers. In Bermuda, visitors must have a travel insurance policy that covers COVID-19 medical emergencies. If you do not have insurance, you'll be responsible for all COVID-related health and accommodation costs. In Cambodia, visitors must purchase a local health insurance package that covers at least $50,000 in COVID-19 medical benefits and must be valid for at least 20 days. The Cayman Islands. Visitors must have insurance for COVID-19 medical expenses. In Chile, visitors must show proof of health insurance policy that covers COVID-19 medical expenses and includes at least $30,000 in coverage. In Costa Rica, fully vaccinated adults and minors under the age of 18 can enter without travel insurance. Acceptable vaccines include Moderna, Pfizer, BioNTech, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson. Unvaccinated adults must provide proof of COVID-19 health insurance with a minimum of $50,000 in coverage for COVID-related medical treatment and $2,000 for lodging expenses due to COVID-related illness. In French Polynesia, visitors are required to buy travel insurance with COVID-19 coverage or must sign a declaration to pay all medical costs if they contract COVID-19. In Israel, travelers are mandated to have travel health insurance that covers COVID-19. In Jamaica, travelers must pay a mandatory $40 fee as part of the Jamaica Cares program to cover COVID-related medical expenses. The Jamaica Cares program includes travel health insurance up to $100,000 per person and on-island health insurance up to $50,000. In Jordan, visitors are required to buy a travel insurance policy that covers COVID-19 medical expenses. In Lebanon, visitors are mandated to have a travel insurance plan that covers COVID-related medical treatment. In Nepal, tourists are mandated to have proof of travel health insurance that covers the duration of the trip. In St. Martin, travelers must buy COVID-19 insurance from the St. Martin government. The cost is $15 for ages 15 and older and free for children age 14 and under. In Thailand, all visitors must have at least $100,000 in travel health insurance that covers COVID-related medical expenses. In Turks and Caicos, visitors must provide proof of a travel insurance policy that covers COVID-related medical expenses. In the Ukraine, all visitors are mandated to have an insurance policy issued by an insurance company registered in Ukraine that covers COVID-related medical expenses. Why do countries require COVID-19 travel insurance? Many countries require visitors to buy travel insurance so they do not absorb the financial burden of treating uninsured tourists who contract COVID-19. Generally, your policy must cover you for the entire length of your stay. Let's take a look at best COVID-19 travel insurance plans. Some countries require you to buy travel health insurance from the government. For example, visitors to the Bahamas are required to purchase the Bahamas Travel Visa, which includes insurance for COVID-related medical expenses. You can also purchase your own travel insurance policy to supplement the Bahamas Travel Visa insurance. In countries that do not require you to purchase a policy from the government, make sure your travel insurance policy meets the country's requirements and covers COVID-related expenses. For example, visitors who travel to Thailand are mandated to have at least $100,000 of travel insurance that covers COVID-related medical costs. So, what happens if you don't buy the required insurance? If you arrive in a country that requires travel insurance and you don't have a policy, you will not be permitted to enter. Note that many countries also require a recent negative COVID test for entry. Some countries might specify the type of test that is acceptable, and it must be performed by an accredited laboratory. For example, to enter Turks and Caicos, you must take a test no more than 3 days before you arrive. Acceptable tests include RT-PCR, NAA, RNA or molecular tests, and antigen tests completed via nasopharyngeal swab. More travel insurance options. It's a good idea to consider buying more insurance than your destination country's minimum requirements. The required insurance may not be a good fit for you. For example, in many destinations, the U.S. Department of State recommends a travel insurance plan that includes emergency medical evacuation. Aside from COVID-related expenses, it's good to have travel insurance for other types of problems, like trip cancellation and lost baggage. Here are some other insurance types that can be included in a comprehensive travel insurance plan. Trip cancellation insurance, which will reimburse 100% for prepaid, non-refundable deposits if you have to cancel your trip for a reason covered by your policy, such as a death in the family or illness of a traveler. Trip delay and interruption insurance helps if you miss a portion of your trip or it is cut short for a problem covered by your policy, such as a flight delay. This insurance reimburses you for extra costs you might incur because of the delay or the interruption. Baggage loss insurance pays for lost, damaged, or stolen luggage and belongings during your trip. Then there's cancel for any reason travel insurance. With so much uncertainty surrounding travel at this time, cancel for any reason travel insurance will typically refund your prepaid trip costs, usually from 50% to 75%, depending on your insurance plan. COVID-19 has put us through some rough times that need some homework from our end before we hop on a flight to a beautiful destination. So it's important to be prepared beforehand. We hope you found our video insightful. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more informative travel videos. We'll see you soon.